Kashi here with Kashi Trades. So today I would like to talk to you about support and resistance. Why is support and resistance important? Well, because it's actually a great way to use technical analysis to give yourself an edge in finding good entries and exits in the market for trading, and also if you want to look at what historically is a good point to buy into a stock that you do see long-term value in. Okay, let's get started. So support is a level where a stock price typically holds before continuing upward. I want to use that keyword typically because even though it's a good rule of thumb for technical analysis, it can always have an exception to the rule. Okay, resistance is a level where a stock price hits a ceiling before it typically reverses down. Now there are times when it can hit a resistance and still break out. As I said before, there are exceptions to every rule, so don't think it's going to be 10 times out of 10 this way. Looking at this chart, we're going to try to find support first. Where did people see value? Where did the buyers have control and not allow the price to go any lower? I'm seeing my first level here at 1.285. Even though these candles are red, it doesn't really go below this point, and then we see, okay, there's a little bit of support there. And if you're looking at this candle, then the buyers step in. So in this case, the rule applies. Buyers step in, there's buyer power all the way up here, and then it hits that resistance, that point where it's not allowed to go any higher, and the sellers take over. So after it hits that point, you see some red candles. But then at the same time, after red candle number 3, there's a green candle and a support forms at 1.2862. Okay. Now the other thing I need to say is that the chart is a history of what's happened in the past, and it's a good thing to look at to have an idea of previous levels of resistance and support. But if you're only going on a time frame and you're looking at this, and you're looking to the left, of course, because on the charts all the history is on the left, there's unwritten history on the right. Why is that important? Well, because it means new levels of support and resistance can be written that have not been on the chart before. So just because there was a level of support 2 months ago at 1 point something doesn't mean that there's not going to be new levels created. Okay, where does that apply? Imagine that this is the all-time history of the stock. The all-time history of the stock, okay? This is a new resistance. This has never been written before, but it's clearly a resistance because it hits that point and it slams down. Sellers take over. It opened here and closed here. But at the same time, it looks like there's some support at this level, so the buyers are thinking, I see value at this price. So they step in, they're holding that stock at support, and it finds more momentum upward. Buyers step in. Okay, new resistance, okay. No one sees value above this price point, no one wants to buy there, so it slams all the way down. Sellers took over. Great. Let's take a look at SPY. This chart here was just a baby chart. It was the euro and the US dollar. So this is a Forex chart. Now let's look at TradingView, which is a great website for trading charts if you want to check it out. I'm going to link it down below. So here, this is SPY, and you can see, even though it's a little zoomed out, I apologize, some levels of support and resistance. You can see here that this overall trend was up, and a perfect example of when it hit a resistance and then found a support, but actually continued to try to test higher. So it wasn't always that it was going to totally shift the trend. It was actually a little bit of an exception to the rule. But then, double top-ish, that resistance was really strong, and look what happened after. Sellers just completely dominated. It was a free fall. Ooh. Resistance was really strong, and look what happened after. Sellers just completely dominated. It was a free fall. And then there was some support here, but after this, the overall trend of SPY completely changed, and there were definitely really defined levels of support and resistance, but resistance here, support here. Still the trend was down until about this point when it actually found enough buying pressure to shift the trend. So there you have it. Let me just go into Thinkorswim, give you a quick look. This is SPY again. You can see that we're using VWAP as a reference point too, but there was a resistance here and also red candles, so it definitely closed lower, and all the selling took it all the way down to here, even though there was a green candle here, and it didn't find support until this price point. It did push it up a little, but that wasn't strong enough to really break convincingly past VWAP. So more selling and new support at an EMA, okay? Then again, so there's a lot of volatility here, but it definitely showed you that support and resistance rule. Also, let me see here, not as clear because the volume is low, but strong resistance and went all the way down. It's not really finding support here until here. It took a while for SPY to find support on this 5-minute time frame. Okay, so there you have it. Linking Thinkorswim, paper trading, and live trading down below as well. I really like TD Ameritrade if you're just starting out because, well, first of all, not even if you're just starting out, because they have great technology. I love the Thinkorswim software, and their customer service is top notch. So yeah, everything is linked down below. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments, and I hope this information was helpful to you. Please like and subscribe if you've not already. Bye!